You don't need everybody to believe in you. Just one person who sees your potential and pushes you to rise. Their belief is the spark, but it's your discipline and consistency that build the foundation. One person's belief can spark the fire, but discipline lays the stone. The best opportunity I ever got to elevate my mind, my body, and spirit was through a mentor. And I want to talk about that today and the value of surrounding yourself with people who believe in you. I just read to you, by the way, the principle and mantra of my book, Scars to Strength. If you want a free copy, go ahead and click the link in my bio. It's strength.com/athlete. You can be a part of our community, earn commission on apparel, supplements, coaching. Right now, my business is doing about $60,000, $70,000 monthly, and we're globally growing our movement, all 50 states, 20 countries. It's a blast. We have team meetings. Yeah, I don't want to talk about it too much, but it's a lot of fun, so don't miss out. And let's talk today about forging the foundation. This is law number 3 of the book. When I was 15, I had a chest surgery that completely changed my life. I was born with pectus excavatum, so my sternum used to cave in, and I was really insecure. I never went to the gym, never took my shirt off, and it was something I was born with that I couldn't control. But then I took a leap of faith, took fate into my own hands. I could have lived my whole life never doing anything, never taking my shirt off, playing small, or path 2, I go against the grain. I go out of my way to have surgery. Doctor said pain would be worse than open heart surgery. Success was not guaranteed. The only thing that scared me more was not trying. So I took a leap of faith. Surgery was one of the best they've ever seen. A whole year later, I got in the gym. And the surgery went great, by the way. You can look at my pictures. Maybe I'll have a picture attached here before and after. But I still didn't have muscle. And I was at the point where if I got hit hard in contact sports, this metal bar they put through the side of my chest to pop up my sternum, it could have gotten displaced. It could have really caused complications because it was so close to my heart. So it was kind of do or die. I needed to build muscle. Everybody can benefit by optimizing their health and wellness. It is the most important investment you ever make. And I was so fortunate to learn from an early age of investing into a coach. Granted, my parents did pay for it. Absolutely. I was 16 years old. But they saw it as the best investment they could make because it's essentially saving my life. Instead of worrying, what if I get hit really hard in contact sports? I needed to build muscle around me and my own set of armor. But who was going to teach me? Should I try to learn all by myself how to get in good shape? Or should I hire somebody that has already done the work? They devote their whole life into the skill I want to learn, and I could learn exponentially faster. What do you think I did? Forging the foundation, baby. So my dad, we used to train at the YMCA, and I still do to this day a lot. He saw this trainer named Josh, and this guy coached everybody. There's no discrimination. He coached people that were my age. He coached actual athletes. I was not an athlete. He coached people in wheelchairs, older folk, people postpartum, older guys looking to get back in good shape. There was no filter. He helped anybody and everyone that came to him. And so my dad went up to him and he said, "Hey, Josh, can you train my son? He just went through a chest surgery. He's getting cleared to start working out again a whole year later, and he needs to build muscle." No hesitation, Josh says, "I'm so down." Yes. The first month that I'm getting coached by him, he thought my name was Spencer. He's calling me Spencer. Spencer's getting all this credit. My name's Shane, by the way, and I didn't have the balls to speak up and say, "Hey man, my name is Shane actually. What's going on?" It took my dad to tell him a whole month later, "Hey, my son's name is Shane. Why are you calling him Spencer?" And then Josh approaches me. He says, "Yo man, your name is Shane. Why didn't you tell me?" And I said, I didn't think it was a big deal. I was still super small. Even though I played it big in that chest surgery I got, I was still playing small with confidence. And he said, "You deserve to have your name said correctly. You matter. You should be valued." And that was the first time someone actually put that belief into me where yeah, why am I not correcting somebody for calling my name wrong? It was ridiculous. Spencer for a whole month. He only called me that because he had a client that was named Spencer before me. But besides the point, after that, this guy has been my rock. I still see him many times when I go to the gym, even today. I got to talk to him about everything. I didn't have a bigger brother. I didn't have a big brother growing up. I don't have one. I just have 2 sisters. And he became the big bro I never had. I was able to talk to him about everything, about girls, about school, about sports. And he would just listen to me, no judgment. And he would give me good, hard truth reality. He's like my mentor. That's the best part about having a coach, is it's so much more than the physical game. They transform your whole life. And that's why we're passionate with coaching clients within inside of strength. So if you ever want to coach, by the way, we've helped over 200 people in the past couple of years get insane transformations. People lost over hundreds of pounds, like Jeremy Amerson, for example. Amazing stories. And it all started with, I had to see that proof for myself, right? That's why I'm so passionate about growing this and making this content, is because I know somebody out there is probably watching this that you might not have anybody. You might not have a mentor or somebody that fully believes in you, or else you might just feel alone, because your vibe attracts your tribe. And that's how I used to feel. I felt like nobody had my back at times. Of course, my parents, teachers growing up, coaches. It was just different with Josh, though. It's always been different because this guy saw me on a weekly basis. He knew my goals. He poured into me, and he had conviction I've never seen from anybody. I could swear around Josh. That wasn't a big deal, but he was the first man I met that really had conviction of faith. I said God's name in vain a few times mid-set. We were doing some insane workout he put me through, and I kept saying, God dang. And I never do that anymore because he straight up said, I say it in the book, I never say God's name in vain anymore, because my coach called me out. He said, if you say God's name in vain one more time, I'm done coaching you. We're done forever. Never did it since. It's different than swearing, saying God's name in vain. God has given us everything we have, right? I'm a creator making content, but every creator has a creator. We all have a creator. It's God. And God made us. He gave us everything we have. So why are we cursing him? Why are we saying, I only say gosh dang it now. But that was a huge wake-up call for me, because I got to see somebody that really walks by faith and that conviction. I'm so grateful for Josh for instilling in me the importance of, you have to really be careful of what you're saying and what you're thinking. Every action has a reaction. I was putting out really bad energy by saying God's name in vain. So he held me accountable physically, mentally, and spiritually, had my back, always heard me out. I want every single person to have somebody like Josh that they can count on. So if you don't have that person, by the way, don't be afraid to click the link in our bio, strength.com/athlete, join our community, get paired up with one of our coaches. It doesn't have to be a fitness transformation. We help people in all aspects of life. And I'm just so passionate about this because I've been that lonely kid. I've been that kid that felt like he didn't have anybody. No one listened to him. No one really believed in him. And I don't want anybody to go through that. So identifying your Josh, how do you find someone like that? One, you could do it through strength, through my brand, by going to strength.com/athlete. But you can also look at people around you. I'm going to read you actually the finale of this chapter, because this is what it says in the book. One question haunts more people than they'll ever admit. What if no one believes in me? You feel it when you start dreaming bigger, launching a business, chasing a passion, stepping out of the shadows. You want to matter. You want to be seen. But a whisper nags. What if I give everything and nobody notices? What if no one takes me seriously? What if I never get the chance to prove myself? That was me at 16. Had the surgery, decided, you know what? I gotta start getting in the gym. And we talk about, it's really interesting with the shadow. of the law. Every law has a shadow, which means the inverse, okay? You don't want to become too fixated on, I have to lean on this person, because if your foundation is on somebody else, it's not your own foundation. So you have to have a mentor, somebody that believes in you to help give you that confidence to get started. And then you need to build your own foundation. That's the inverse, right? The shadow, a mentor can light the fire, but if you rely on them to keep it burning, you'll never stand on your own. Borrowed strength eventually cracks. Keep that in mind as well. So my drill for you is there's 4 steps. Number 1 is identify your anchor. Write down the one person who currently sees your potential and refuses to let you shrink. Who calls you to be higher when you want to hide? Name them. Number 2 is claim your worth. Set a standard for today that proves your value through action, not talk. Maybe it's finishing the workout, making the call, studying for an extra hour, or finally sending the application you've been putting off. Write it down and follow through. Number 3 is expose the weak spots. Where do you most sabotage yourself? Cut corners, skipping reps, lowering the bar. Write it down, name the crack. That is the first step to sealing it. And lastly, it's consistency. It's the daily discipline rep. Number 4, choose one small action you'll repeat every day for 7 days. This is your brick laying. Each rep equals one more stone. Track your streak. Get your free copy of this book, strength.com/athlete, when you join the team. But that said, guys, I challenge you to really try to hone in on that. Check out the people in your life. Do a quick audit and ask, who's Josh for me? Who is that girl who sees the potential in me, wants the best for my goals? And maybe you're further along in your journey and you can be that foundation for somebody else. I read this really good book one time. It was talking about there's 4 different types of people. There's the hero, the villain, the accompany, and the mentor, or something like that. So the hero, that's who you want to be when you're on the path to self-improvement. The villain, that's somebody who is a victim to their circumstances and they're trying to tear other people down, including maybe you have some villains in your life. The accompany, that's like your best friend. That's like your buddy, right? It's not the main character. You don't want to be you can be the buddy of other people, but you want to be the hero of your own life. And the 4th person is the mentor. Eventually, every trajectory, typically the hero eventually becomes the mentor. So eventually you can consider yourself someone that maybe even now you have something that you've gone through and or experience that you want other people to learn and take away from. Don't be afraid to share and go out, look to mentor somebody else that you can save them a lot of time and energy and help them get further than you are at. That's the whole goal of mentorship, is save people the time and energy to not have to deal with the same pitfalls that you did. So yeah, I hope you found value. If you liked it, feel free to like and comment, but I will go ahead and see you guys in the next one. All right, peace.